Today I'll be trying something different. I'll be sharing my own unexplained camping story. This happened several years ago now, if not more than several years ago. Without further ado, here it is. First off, I'd like to apologize if you hear my dog snoring in any of this. And now let's get to the story. So, it was my sophomore year of high school, and me and my grandfather had decided that we were going to take a camping trip up somewhere in northern Maine. We decided on Moosehead Lake, which is really northwestern Maine. So we spend time packing our stuff up, and then we head up to Lily Bay State Park on Moosehead Lake. And we make that long 6.5 hour drive. We arrive there, we get a campsite, and this is September, by the way, when this happens. And we start getting camp ready. We're going to set up the tent, do that sort of stuff. My grandfather comes to me. He realized he brought the tent, but he forgot the tent poles. So looks like we were going to be sleeping under the stars for the night. So he sets his cot up by the little woods/tree line, and I decide that I'm either going to sleep in my camping chair by the fire or I'm going to sleep in the car. I'll worry about that when the time comes, is what I figured. So we explore the camping area. We go to get firewood so we can have a fire for the night. We have our fire. We, just hang around the campsite, eat whatever we do till about 10:30 p.m. And that's when my grandfather goes to sleep in his cot, and I try to sleep in my camping chair. The camping chair wasn't very comfortable, and I did get some good views of stars. So around midnight, I decided to move over into the car on the passenger seat so I could kind of recline back and lay down. So that's what I did. Then I wake up a couple hours after. My phone says it's 3 a.m. And next thing you know, there's these lights. They're not normal looking lights. They remind me of LED lights, but they're perfectly circular. They were the colors of yellow, purple, blue, green, and red, and they were floating all over the campsite. I looked over to my grandfather, who was still sleeping in his cot, and I didn't see any people, just like the perfectly circular, strange colored lights. And they were over by the picnic table, over to the fire ring, back over to the car, and they kind of just floated around the campsite for 15 or 20 minutes. And I was kind of scared because I had no idea what these were. They were like defying everything I thought possible. So I kind of just ducked and waited for them to go away. After they went away, I waited another hour before I fell asleep, just because it was kind of, weird. And then the next morning, I got up, told my grandfather about it. Kind of wondered if they were aliens. Maybe they were, I don't know. It wasn't anything normal. There were no people that I could see. Maybe they were people, it's hard to tell. But when I got back from the camping trip, I decided to look up and see if anybody else had stories like this. And sure enough, there's a phenomena called lights in the woods. And this phenomena, some people believe that these lights are lightning, other people believe they're demons, and a lot of times people have been known to follow these lights wherever they go, and then they end up getting injured and sometimes even dying or going missing. And that's where the belief that these lights are demons comes from. So, for some context, I kind of wonder if they might be demons or some sort of ghosts, because the morning I woke up, I walked down a trail to the beach to take pictures. of, the sunrise with my grandfather. And there were some old cellar holes along that trail. So I kind of wonder, maybe there were some less than great people who lived in those cellar holes, and those lights could have been the ghosts or demons of them, and maybe they were trying to lure me to my demise. To this day, I'll never really know. I can remember it like yesterday. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, and just a story that I'll never forget. If you made it this far to the end of the story, I want to say thank you for listening. And I also want to add that if you have your own scary stories, drop them below in the comments. And on top of that, what did you think of this kind of video? Do you want to see more of this kind of video? Just let me know. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing. Let me know what kinds of content you want to see. Do you want to see more of this stuff or more outdoor stuff? Once again, thank you for watching.